News 5 is your local election headquarters. Just 6 days until Alabama's primary election, and a new poll out today by WKRG's parent company Nexstar Broadcasting shows plenty of intrigue in both the Republican race for U.S. Senate and governor.
Now, the poll indicates incumbent Governor Kay Ivey will finish first in the Republican primary. The real question, though, is will she avoid a runoff? If not, who will she face, and how tight of a race could that be?
My focus is Kay Ivey. I mean, I expect a runoff with Kay Ivey.
And that seems to be the big question going into Tuesday's governor's race. Will Tim James, Lindy Blanchard, Lou Burdett, and the other 5 Republican challengers combine to keep Kay Ivey below 50% and force a runoff? The latest Emerson College Nexstar Broadcasting poll shows Ivey slipping from earlier numbers, now at 46%. Tim James is second. 14% are still undecided.
I think she's somewhere in that 47 to 53 range. I think it's more likely than not that Kay Ivey does get a little over 50.
Quinn Hillier is a Mobile-based national political writer.
But if she doesn't, whoever gets in the runoff with her is in a whole new ballgame.
Mobile-based political strategist John Gray agrees.
If you're an incumbent and you end up in a runoff, it's tantamount to the buzzards flying overhead. Something's wrong.
Again, polls show Ivey hovering around that 50% mark. If she doesn't get a majority, Hillier and Gray say it will be an interesting 4 weeks to the runoff.
And if that happens, Katie barred the door. I think they're going to go after Kay. I think we're going to see a very difficult election in June.
I think she is very vulnerable if she's pulled into a runoff.
But Gray adds that the second-place finisher will have to show some promise, at least over 20% of the vote, or they'll have a lot of trouble raising money.
If Kay Ivey has 47% of the vote and the next runner-up has 12, that's a huge gap to try to close.
Now, 4 years ago, Ivey faced 4 challengers in the primary and got 56% of the vote.